For example, now I'm not a pastor. Maybe I must have offended somebody in one way or the other, and it happens that I'm a pastor tomorrow. So certainly, if that person refuses to forgive me, he or she must find a way to hunt me down. You understand me now? So on the other way around, I may see
where you see pastors carrying another women, fighting them, killing them, even in this area. There is a pastor that get hold of a woman, and the woman today is no longer alive, all for the sake of money.
So you don't one has to ask the question, what really happened? Why killing clergymen in the place of worship? Maybe it might be what they did wrong in the past life that is happening to them. But for me, I don't really know.
Good afternoon and welcome to Africa Europe Breeze TV with your host in Benin City, Dede Saints. We're going to be asking people in Sileko Road, this is actually Sileko Road, and we're going to be asking people around here about the recent killings of clergies in their place of worship. Keep watching. Right. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, please, we want to know your name.
My name is Brooklyn Ohomina.
Wow, thank you, sir. Sir, the question I just asked, the recent killing of clergies in their place of worship, how do you see it?
The killing of clergymen in their place of worship, to me somehow, but I don't really know the view of what really happened that led to the killing. One has to ask the question, what really happened? Why killing clergymen in the place of worship? Maybe it might be what they did wrong in the past life that is happening to them. But for me, I don't really know. But by doing that, it's not a better thing. Killing clergy. Is it by this Fulani Esme or? Kidnappers or what, you don't know. Just funny. No, but the thing is, dead in the church. But that's for very, very funny. Very, very funny because it's like it's security in the country are not up to their standard of working, because before anybody can walk to any church and kill a clergyman, the thing is funny. For me, that's what I have to say, but I don't really know.
Thank you, sir. Sir, do you have any advice for security?
No, the advice I have for the government is Nigeria, to be precise, that is the IG of police. Please, they need to put something in place, because sometimes you hearing their hands on deck. Which kind of deck? They are not doing anything. You just go around the street and you see police stopping vehicle, collecting 100 naira from them. Is that what is security all about? No, it's security all about. So they need to wake up and do something very, very massively, so that you and I can sleep with our two eyes closed. That's just it. The security are not doing anything at all in this country. They are the problem we have in Nigeria. The security men. If they can up and be doing something very good and reasonable,
please,
at least.
Sir, what's your name?
I'm Daniel.
Thank you, sir. So the question I just asked.
Well, as for the killing of clergymen in their place of worship,
yes, sir.
Well, this thing is surprising anyway, so to speak. It's surprising. But one thing we need to understand, when we say forgiveness, like from my own perspective,
yes, sir.
When you say forgive, just my own view, from my own understanding, some people don't really have the art of forgiveness. For example, now, I'm not a pastor. Maybe I must have offended somebody in one way or the other, and it happens that I'm a pastor tomorrow. So certainly, if that person refuses to forgive me, he or she must find a way to hunt me down. You understand me now? So on the other way around, I may see the house of God as a safe haven. But to some people who doesn't really believe, it depends on what they believe. Some people don't really believe that the church or the mosque or whatever is a safe haven. So somebody can as well find me down there and hurt me if he or she. You understand what I'm saying? So as time goes on, maybe like I earlier said, if we have offended somebody in one way or the other and we have repented, so that person may not know if we have repented. And there is no way you can go back to tell everybody that you must have offended, that, see, forgive me if I have offended you. Like what I will always say, the way I may offend, what you may take as an offense may not necessarily be an offense to me. So if I offend you, or if I feel maybe you feel I offend you, you let me know and I plead for forgiveness. And again, I must say one thing. If I offend you and I feel that I'm at the top, that you cannot do me anything. You understand me now? Yes, fine, I may not be able to do anything now, but at least when you least expect it, I might come back and haunt you. You understand me now? So to me, the recent killing, fine. Then another way is that maybe somebody must have, all this deal of a thing. Because I'm of the fact that the so-called clergy, from whatever perspective you may think about it, we all sometimes we are not perfect. You understand me now? So some of them have been involved in dubious acts you and I may not know. You understand me now? So I feel maybe those are some of the reasons why, or those are some of the reasons why there have been, you see, recent killing of clergymen in their place of worship. As for the insecurity, we, the youth, we have our role to play. But I believe a larger percent of this whole thing is from our leaders. You understand me now? Like I was saying, take a look at these interstate or states, maybe southeast, southwest, and so on, forming their own security outfits. And the federal government is there. These people, they don't really have the knowledge on how to go about. Security is not all about, like I always say, it's not all about carrying arms and ammunition, hunting people. You can be in your room and be able to find out what is happening. What is the root cause of these things in question, and how do we fight it? Carrying guns up and down is not really the solution to it. You understand me now? We are advancing technologically. So the era of carrying a gun or stick or whatever, those eras are gone. Imagine the US came to that day to pick one of their citizens that was kidnapped in Nigeria. And we here, if somebody is kidnapped we are living at Ogida now, Benin City. Somebody might be kidnapped here in Ogida. For the next 4 or 5 hours or 4 or 5 days, we won't know his or whereabouts. So we really need to advance technologically to be able to fight insecurity. Security is not the thing that you leave at the end of talks. Maybe you recruit Agbero, you recruit talks, say, okay, go and fight. No. At the end of the day, if those talks in question, if the government of the day is fed up of those people and say, go back home, where will they go to? And those arms or guns or whatever that you give to them, how do you not achieve those things from them? So that is the problem we are having. Fighting security is all about gun. We need to advance technologically. Find out what these people really need. Those things we are giving to them are not jobs. You understand? But you are doing your work now. Maybe by the time you are hungry, you might have to go for lunch and go and eat. After lunch, go and put these scripts down and whatever. You are busy. You will not really have the time to really think the negative. You understand? So this people needs to be engaged. What do I mean by engaged? Not giving them those jobs that has to do with arrest 4 motos, we'll give you 1 at the end of the day. Arrest 5 motos, we'll give 1. No, you are making those people to grow violently, as in obtaining things from people, all in the name of trying to meet up with target, engage them. We have vast land. Put those people in the farm. Let them be working. You understand me now? Let us work and eat. At the long run, we shall all die. You understand me now? So the idea of saying maybe I want to make they should engage people meaningfully. That's my take on it.
Thank you so much, sir.
On Friday.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we are asking about the recent killing of clergymen in their place of worship. How do you see it?
The way I see it's a thing not wanting in this country. It's very bad to see people killing our children. Just because of money, we are all where you see pastors carrying another women, fighting them, killing them. Even in this area, there is a pastor that get hold of a woman, and the woman today is no longer alive, all for the sake of money. So we don't like that in our country. All we need to do is to tell our government to help us carry out police all over everywhere, to also that can stop the killing of our people in the churches. But there is no way we can stop it. I personally say that our government is one of the causes to this killing. Today, you see some workmen, like the top workmen, receiving 20 million. What are they working? They never work for that money. And we have children outside having no job. We never even think of how to give those people job. And we give some people 20 million. They are not even satisfied. For that reason, assassination come upon. And there's no way we can stop it. except our government and everyone. Even in these churches, I haven't seen a church that work against one should do away with sin. They are only for how to get money, how to buy a car, build house, and all that.
It's not all the churches. Have you gone to all the churches?
Of course.
All the churches, have you gone there?
No, I haven't. But when you open to your internet, you will see the rubbish our men and women are all about in the churches. Like South Africa, see the way they kill our people there. If I be mentioned, I don't know with fear. Over there, in Benin here, the same thing. There is a church. I was even one of the body has to go out and find out a certain church. That church can never be found in Benin here today. This church, they have 7 pillars. 7 pillars with 7 ladies inside the pillar. They cast the human inside the pillar. I think one of the laborers opened the secret.
Serious?
Church.
Happening in Benin here?
Yeah, a long time ago, not even 10 years ago. And they even questioned the laborer, where can we find the church? He said there is no way because they tied the eye to the place. And when they get it, they offload the eye. He was out to cast the pillar. As a amazing man, before you cast any pillar, you pour in water and look at the boss. When he looked through, human being is inside. 7 pillars, 7 ladies. So that church is booming today. Nobody can even count of that church. This is the church they kill 7 pillars to make the church raise up. So with this, even we don't even have a policeman. It is only police that will sort out this idea. Our government there is also the causes. How can you talk of a Nigerian policeman with dirty uniform, their salary is not even up to 20,000 naira? With that, corruption will come upon. If our government can satisfy the police, our policemen here, they can work. They have the zeal, they have the mind, they have the talents to work, but their salary is not, even if you go to their barrack like a cage, that one is nonsense. So if our youth, our elders can talk to the government to change their situation, they give them a better salary.
All right. We call it a wrap on this segment with everyone on their own view. Remember, everyone is entitled to their views. Keep watching Africa Europe Breeze TV. This is Dede Saint reporting from Benin City in Siloko Road, Ogida.